Okay, Gemini, this is your spiritual reading for the month. I got a bonus going on. If you guys can get your signs up to 100 hits here, or views, I will give you a bonus love, sex, and romance reading. So, you know, share it. As, you know, open this infinity circle a little bit is really what I'm trying to get more people to watch and view my videos here. So if you can get your individual sign up to 100 views, I will kick in with a bonus reading. So I wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, here we go into the spiritual readings, man. Some of these have been pretty heavy. So we're gonna dive off here with the Gaia deck. First card for the Gemini we have is the Five of Cups. Five of water, disappointment, sadness, sorrow. These angel fish, right, signify to me kind of like supportive energies from universe. Witnessing that we have a heartbreak here. I feel like there's a purpose to this. I mean, there always is, right? We learn. We hurt and we learn. But nonetheless, this is the sadness is kind of overwhelming in this spiritual reading here. So the next card we get is Journey 17, sorry. Journey card. Two roads, a dark and a light road. Dark and a light path here. We may have chose a wrong path here, is the sense I'm getting. But we may be able to choose in the future as well. We may have gone down a wrong road, but we may have another choice to go down another, you know, a different road here in the future, is the sense I'm getting. Okay, the next card from the Gaia deck, the Five of Air. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is a past energy or present energy or future energy. It may be all three, frankly. We may have an inability here to see the right path. And this is keeping us in sadness, is really what I get here. I feel like we may be masking something in our lives here, or not being authentic to who we are. And this is creating a perpetual walk down the wrong side of things. And this is really ending in heartbreak every time. And it is an inability to, one, maybe even see ourselves properly. We're not dealing with ourselves, is the sense I get from this card. I get a lot from this card. And one is the inability to see the self properly, and also an inability to see the darkness, the path that is wrong. We don't want to acknowledge that. That's why we keep going down that wrong road, is the sense here, is we don't think it's wrong. We don't acknowledge that fact. We don't, we are highly an illusion of what is right and wrong here. They're illuminating the dragonfly. You may have to look that up. I may have to look that up for my MeWe page there to add into bonuses. Now, sense they're giving me is that they have a little illumination that they're coming from, right? And they're flying all around her. So there is a sense that we can be illuminated to that if we want to, right? But again, there's tears rolling down from this one as well. It's like in our pain, we refuse to see. And I do feel we're in a lot of pain. I feel like we're in a lot of sorrow, a lot of regret. But not being able to see it beforehand. We walk into it, boom, it hits us, blows up, and then we're crying. We can't foretell. There's no signposts here that says, you know, danger, beware. We're not getting any of that. So this leads me to believe that we're really not connected to our instinct here highly. But, you know, having a mask on means we're pretending to be something that we're not, or hiding something that we are. And this is problematic when it comes to getting to the bottom of things. It just won't in that mode. So, next row here, as we go on the, you know, the sadness and the disappointment, the chakra card we get is 14, the Temperance. So that's related to the root chakra here. Most Temperance cards have somebody pouring water from one cup to another, or from one lake to another, or a vase to a lake, or whatever. Trying to balance or go with flow in a way that is balanced. There's too much in one, so we're going to empty that and be equal. Does this have something to do with why we're hurt, right? Are there imbalances in the areas that we go and we get hurt in? They're going, yes, there is, highly. We just do not look at these imbalances correctly. So we'll go to the next card here on top of the journey. The 17, the journey. The chakra card is the Princess of Wands. So she's all earthen in this card. And it's green, right? Green is connected to the heart chakra. Princess of Wands, there's a need to take action in a heart-centered way, and this may be our problem. This may be the root of everything. We're not taking action from our heart. We may be taking action from something else. This may be the mask that we're wearing. Princess of Wands wants you to go forward in your heart-centered way, taking action from this. And again, there's little butterflies and whatnot. Give me a minute here. There's something that I'm not seeing. Being grounded in your heart is what they said. They want you to ground in your heart, and we're just kind of, maybe our heart's flying off, and that's why. If we're disconnected from our heart, we really can't gain our instinct. If we don't have our instinct, we can't foretell things. We can't see, you know, there's a disconnection from all of this. We're unable to detect. Why? Because we have no heart and no love and compassion as we go forward, so we keep getting tripped up. It's like we're devolving ourselves and then expecting to know what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to move forward onto this masking. The 5 of Air. Where do we get there from the chakra? We get the 5 of Wands. Yeah. So this masking is really creating struggle and strife. Now, the 5 of Wands is in the throat chakra. This is blue here. Communicating. There may be people around us here. The sense they're giving me is creating havoc. Why? Because they're seeing right through us. They're seeing through us to things that we don't want them to see. They're illuminating parts of us they don't want to see. So we're struggling to keep that under wraps, and they're going, this is futile, because it just is out there. And it's out there to more people than just those people that are confronting you, by the way. It is out there to everybody, but they're just not saying anything. And we think we're fooling them, but we're not fooling them. They're just not saying anything. There's a sense here of falseness, false identity, false sense of self. Sense of self that we're portraying to everyone in our circles. It's starting to create conflict in those around us, and they're starting to really make us talk about it. Or they're starting to talk to us about it and say, look, you are not yourself, or whatever. Giving opportunities really for us to come clean, but I don't see that the Gemini's going to do that. I feel like the Gemini's going to fight the wrong fight here. Again, we are disappointed highly in our life. Something happened to us here. They're going a result of not being our authentic self, really. There's a path of 2 ways opening up here. We can go this way or we can go that way. It's almost like authentic or fake. We can go down the road of authenticity, or we can go down the road of continuing where we've been on this fake cycle. Now, that would be the kicking and screaming. Because the fakeness here, they really want you to be who you are. Not to pretend to be, you know, this kind of thing. Altruistic as well, like, you know, because there's a part, it's almost like there's a part of you that is really good and pure, but we're hiding that part of ourselves because we don't want to seem weak to others. And they're going, that's a great strength, but the people that you're hanging with, some of them are not valid. They're going, do we truly care for these people? Or are they just there taking up space kind of thing? I mean, this sounds real harsh, but there's a sense here too, like I just did a reading with shutting off our heart. There's a sense here of shutting our heart off in a certain direction, and when we do that, we just have people around us. We don't have any caring, loving connections. We just have people, there's just bodies. It's just there. And this is really what we're feeling on an internal level. Is a lack of love, and what we're doing is we're continuing the no love and expecting to get love outside of us, and it's just not going to happen. So the Five of Wands, this is the conflict that you're going to get when, you know, this is what needs to be tempered. This is the energy that needs to be balanced. One, we're in sadness because our life is in shambles. And again, a result of taking our heart out of situations. This is a direct result. We are in this mode because of this directly. They're going, if we do not know this, we know this now. Our heart, we have not infused it in an area, and it went wrong. Now, on top of that, there's a need to temper that. A need to, one, feel your emotions, but also be more authentic to those that you care for. And open your heart to those that you care for. And pick that path. Not the path where we think we're... and again, we think we're fooling people, but we really aren't. Again, there may be people confronting us. And those are the bold and, the, you know, the beautiful. They're coming out and they're going, yeah, you know, you're full of BS. Because this don't match, this don't match. People are going to start at increasing rates over this month to confront you on the dichotomy that's going on between what you present and what is actually resonating. And that's what you need to temper yourself. You need to resonate as well as what you show off. Because we got a front here where we're resonating from a certain frequency, and the front is a completely different frequency than what we're resonating at. And this is what people are getting all, you know, they're getting all worked up about. And they're coming in your direction, let you know this. So we're going to need to face that in order to evolve forward here. In order to get out of this sadness trap is the sense I'm getting. Okay, we'll get to the wisdom cards here. On top of the temperance card, the chakra temperance, we get 45, a message. So we start with the sadness, right? The feeling of sadness and the need to temper things. Now, I don't feel necessarily, well, it may be the sadness. They're going, yes, we are sad, but we're not doing anything about it. So there's a need to temper, not just wallow in things. So on top of that, the message, okay, there may be a message coming in here that may change our mode. I have no clue what direction that's in. I need to go further here. So we'll go to the next pile. Again, there's a journey here forward. I do feel it's forward after this month here. Like you have come to a result because of behavior in the past. And they're wanting you to go forward. And you're going to have to change something in order to go forward in a good way. Where we don't have the same result. And this is what is being resisted here with the Gemini. So the Princess of Wands illuminates you to the heart, saying take action from our heart and see what happens that way. Because we may have taken action in the past, not from our heart. Okay? From our ego, from somewhere else. Okay, on top of the Princess of Wands, we get the Moon, yeah. And an inability to understand emotional or heart-centered ways. We do not... It's foreign to us, is the sense they're giving me. the universe is going to help illuminate this heart-centered way. Where's the heart? What does it mean to have a heart? This, what I'm getting highly for the Gemini here, we just are not logged into the heart center. We may not have ever really done this. Okay? We may have done it from, like, connected with people on a different level than the heart. We just, maybe in an excitable, intellectual way, but not from heart. And I feel like this is the training. They're going, yeah, we're going to train them how to, how to notice the heart. Where is it sitting? Da-da-da. What's going on? So, Princess of Wands, there's the heart. And the moon, that's the universe gonna illuminate the heart center to you so that we know where it is, first of all, and also to listen to it once it starts beating, right? We get a flat line here, really, is what I'm getting. So, on the third row, we have the 5 of air. Again, a masking behavior. 5 of Wands is about people outside of us, I feel, are going to be very much in conflict with us, especially those that are closer to us. They're going to illuminate things on a internal level. Like, really the sense they're giving me is like, you're not yourself. What's going on? Da, 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 da. Like, really trying to pull things out of you. And they're going, and we just don't resist that. Go there and be there, because these people, some of them, they do care and they do want to know, and they're doing it for your highest good. But if we resist, we're really going to shut everybody out of our life, and we don't want to do that. So on top of the 5 of Wands, we get the movement card 29. Yeah, there's a sense here of avoiding, but I feel like the movement also is attached to that message. Now give me, I'm gonna go for the next round of cards here, because I feel like the movement is attached to the message. There's a message here that's going to create movement for us forward. Again, are we from illuminated place or not? I don't know, but there's some information coming in here to the Gemini that is really going to create something to go for. But there's a moon in the middle here also, like not only just the energy of the universe illuminating the heart to them, but also there's things here that we do not see properly. But okay. Divine cards on top of the message. What do we get? Queen of Swords. Okay, we have a message here from the Queen of Swords. Now this one's, I mean, that's not just popsicle sticks in the background here. The Queen, like she makes heads roll, right? So there's a message either coming from a Queen of Swords or a message going to a Queen of Swords here. We may have to balance or temper ourselves in dealing with this situation. Ooh, stern energy. I feel like it's going to them, but there's a altering that has to happen with the information here. Like a tempering, yeah, tempering for sure. Okay, next row. The journey, the heart that the universe wants to connect you to through the moon, and also the moon and its illusions. What do we get there? The King of Swords. Wow. Okay, the King of Swords, man, he means business as well. And what do you know? We have the King and the Queen of Swords. That's a match. And they're right next to each other. But the Queen is looking forward quite sternly, and the King is looking off to this movement here in the future, the way I've got it sitting on my desk here. So he is focused in another direction that he wants to take movement in. Okay, here we go. We get down to, where's the movement sit? We get the Page of Wands. Okay, the Page of Wands is fire energy. Could be a younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. We have a King of Swords focused in this way towards a fire sign. I feel like the King of Swords really wants to communicate with the Queen of Swords because she's got her guard up and she is in no shit mode and heads are rolling, he is focusing on a different direction, a Page of Wands here that he is dealing with. And the Page of Wands, you got to watch because he's full activity and chaos. He could make chaos here. But the sense here with the Page is that he's just happy and joyful that he's got the attention of the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is really trying to gain information. That's what he's doing. He's trying to make decisions, be decisive, find out things. I feel like the Page of Wands is more in activity mode where we are playful and gaming, meaning joyful, happy. King of Swords, he's no shit. He's in a no shit mode as well. So the energy with that and the Page doesn't really match, but it's like we got eyes burning into the back of this Page of Wands head. So it's like the Page of Wands here is excited and joyful and going off in their own direction, and the King of Swords is just totally not happy with that Page being happy. And then there's a Queen of Swords over here that ain't happy either. Really? We got a Queen of Swords and a King of Swords. They both ain't happy, no matter. Okay, next row. Messenger Oracle. What do we get on top of the Queen of Swords? We get time to ground. It's interesting to me, this message. But it's kind of like it's floating in the air still. Am I going to get a card that grounds this? Because there's a need to temper our emotions at this time. And it may be a need to temper our emotions from the message that we get from a Queen of Swords as well. I'm not sure. But time to ground on top of that brings us back to a sense of, you know, really not being in our head too much. We got to deal with reality here, is the sense they're giving me. And we're in our head, dealing with a lot of stuff in our head, and we just got to be more grounded. Okay. The next row here, excuse me. Again, picking the path. Using the heart, the universe illuminating. King of Swords is distracted by something here. Is very attention getting. It's got his attention 100%. On top of that, it says, see yourself in nature. Again, needing to ground. There may be something here in our reality that is getting us putting things in our head that we just need to ground out is what I'm getting. Okay, we'll just keep going. I'm kind of lost as to the relationship between, because the King of Swords is directly looking at the Page of Wands. This is where his focus is at, and I'm trying to understand. This is why I think he's upset. But there's just a real energy from the King of Swords as to, like, I'm mad at you, and this other person going, I don't care, I'm okay, you know, like kind of released from all of that anger. So it's like he's sitting in his own anger. And we got see yourself in nature, like I need to release some anger, really pent up anger is what I get. And then the first card is sadness. But we got anger in another direction, so much so that it overwhelms us. Okay, the third line again. Our masking behavior. There's movement that wants to happen here, and I feel like the Page of Wands, he's moving and shaking. He's going forward. He's happy and excited. So what's the messenger there? Focus and then act. Yeah, there's something going on here having to do with this page, and there's a need to kind of keep your focus and also temper yourself towards that person when dealing with that person, really, is what I'm getting. Okay, final row above cards here. Time to ground. We get the Chariot. 7. Talking about conscious decisions, transformations that need to happen. And I do feel that there is. Because they're going, we got to this place. This is a result or like a result of behavior that was not in the right way. So the temperance is there to need to see that and balance that out. A message here having to do with either a Queen of Swords or maybe that Page of Wands. The Queen of Swords themselves having a stern boundary. And it may be that we have a boundary with someone outside of us that just won't give. But the thing is, we won't give either. So if we don't give and they don't give, it's nothing's going to give here. So the sense is we may need to, what's the word? To temper that. We might need to, what is the word? Mitigate, whatever. Time to ground. Okay, we get transformation. So the Chariot, that is about fast movement, but it's also about making decisions to go in certain areas here. And again, we start with the middle row with the decision, but really the universe wanting to illuminate the heart to you. We got a lot of anger and resentment and bitterness in a direction, and I feel like we may want to connect in one direction, or we may have been hurt in one direction that we felt from our heart, and we're taking our bitterness out in another direction. We're not dealing with the heart, really. See yourself in nature. What do we get? 3 Earth, group efforts. This is really, you know, the bees are pollinating, the plants are flowering, and all the world is balanced. Working together to accomplish things. Unfortunately, I feel like the King of Swords needs to work with this page that he's got a lot of anger and resentment with in order to make things go the way he needs it to go, or make things go smoother, or something in this way, or to calm things down. He has to work with that energy. And there's a sense here of just bitterness I'm feeling through this card of King of Swords. So 3 of Earth is really about working a group effort, and through that being rewarded. But I feel like there's a lot of bitterness in one direction here, and there's sadness in another. Okay, so that's that area. Now, on the wearing of the mask and people that may come forth here to illuminate that to us, we have movement that wants to happen. I feel like the movement may be from the Page of Wands as well. There's a need to focus on what needs to be done here, and then act from that. What do we get on that? We get the elements. Yeah, the Magician. And that really is bringing you back to your power. Yeah. Insightful and skillful way forward. This is all the elements. There's the Pentacle, the Wand, the Sword, the Cup. Fire, earth, water, and air. And all of that means that we do gain it back through a balancing out in this way. I feel like this person is pivotal. I feel like this Page of Wands really is trying to piss us off. Now, the movement, where does that land? I don't know. I feel like this Page of Wands, actually, okay, yeah, they said the movement is us away from everybody else. Everybody is trying to kind of bring us to an evolution process inadvertently, instinctively. They're trying to do this. And we're moving away from all of that, not wanting to deal with any of that, including the Page of Wands. Because of that, that's keeping us blocked in certain areas, certain other areas that we don't see. Focus and then act. Need to focus on what it is that we want and act from that. And again, with the heart. That's how we gain our power back. We remain focused and go forward skillfully. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So we have a Fortune, an Angel, and a Power of Surrender card. The Power of Surrender card is surrender to miracles. It says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. You know, when you come from the Five of Cups, which is disappointment, kind of despair almost, and you end up at the Magician, that is rebalancing everything that you need in between. Now, the Magician does not gain his heart back until he meets with the Empress. But that's not far along. That's only 2-3 cards along, right? So there's a sense here that if we can gain that power and go forward in the direction that we want, we will slowly gain our momentum to go. We just have to go where our heart wants us to go. So surrender to miracles, that will help you. That is something... We have to believe in miracles, is the sense they're giving me. We have to believe that there's something that can kick in here. But we also have to do work to, one, face what is coming at us. I feel like these people outside of us, and they may be friends and family and whatnot, we're making enemies out of them when we really could just face them and listen to what they say and not take it. They're going, we can't take it to heart because it's not there. But they're going, not take it so seriously. With our ego, not take it with our ego. Because there's people trying to get to the bottom of things. They can actually help you get there as well. And they're doing it because they are intuitively driven. They're not doing it to pick you apart. They're not doing it to deplete you. They're doing it to try and figure out what your problem is, like what's going on. We want to help Gemini. Most of them. Might have 1 or 2 loopies in there that are... But for the most, I get that they're just like, what is going on? Like, they're trying to get you to awaken to your own problems so that you can fix them. And then the movement is you moving away from all of this. I don't want to deal with nobody, so we're dealing with ourselves, but we're not figuring anything out. And then there's a Page of Wands in our midst that seems to be kind of stirring up havoc. We need to focus, balance, spend some time in nature, ground out. We're in our head a little too much. We may be in the city where we need time away from city energy, fast-paced energy. And I feel like we get somewhere we get some focus and we gain our skill back, and the Magician comes into play here. So anyway, okay, surrender to miracles. The angel card that we have for Gemini is Raphael and the healing again. Excuse me. Wow. Balance. Healing. So it says Raphael's designated service is to heal the physical wounds of mankind. Raphael appears to you in the cards today to bring your attention to and reassure you of healing presence. If you are in need of mental, emotional, or physical support at this time, Raphael's energy brings relief and recovery from physical symptoms of unhealed issues that exist in the subconscious. These symptoms arise where there is no outlet or means to express or discharge these issues. And that's the sense I get here. But not even that there's no place. It's like we don't want to discharge these issues. That's the sense I get from the Geminis. Like, I'm not talking about, I don't want to deal, I don't want to talk about it. Because then it's like facing it, right? And making it a reality. And that's the grounding that they want you to go for. They really want you to understand. We got pain here we're going through, and I think we're ungrounding so much so that we just don't have to face it. And we have to face it, deal with it, heal with it, and then move forward. So Raphael's elemental association is air, which in Hermetic orders is said to be the result of combined energy of fire and water. Consider the steam resulting from that combination. It's no coincidence that the letting off steam is a way to refer to finding a means to release powerful emotions. Consider a scenario where that steam cannot find an outlet and is trapped inside the body. It has to find a way to express itself, and in that desire for expression has the potential to create or find, as a result of the building pressure, the need for release, a damaged cell, and then put all of its intensity into that cell. This leads to the proliferation of damaged cells, which in turn leads to disease. Raphael assists us in healing the physical manifestation of an unexpressed and unhealed emotion. Call upon him to heal physical wounds, and also on the power of Michael to remove the intrinsic issue that is the source of the wound. And I feel that is completely foreign. The Gemini does not know the intrinsic issue. So you may want, I don't know, if you're into this stuff, you're watching this, you may be into that. Go to some kind of a Reiki energy healer, a balancer. What are some of the other, there's other modalities that they have where it can balance out your energy field a bit, and it'll bring up these issues. So they're seeing more. I feel like the universe really is going to naturally do this, but our denial, or our denial is high here. Like we're jumping on a horse and running away from all of these problems that we have. And that is the problem. We really can't gain anything in our reality until we deal with these issues and we heal these issues. And there's a want to run away from it. But interestingly enough, when we go back to the Focus and Act card, there is a horse standing still here with her and her sword of truth. So there is a potential here. And if we get the Magician again, to gain our power back, to see the truth and face it head on. It is off to the side a little bit. It's not right down the middle, meaning the energy is not all encompassing. It's kind of on the outskirts. But if we dial into it and we know this is what we need to do, just do it. Yeah. The planet that they have here with Raphael is Sun, and the Sun's energy is healing, and it provides strength and positive expansion, and this is the name of the game here. We want to gain our strength back, and we want to expand in a positive way, and this may have been something that we did not understand the cycle, like a cycle of doing this. We don't understand. But there's a need to move forward here quickly, but I think it's in avoidance of all of it. So we just have to stop avoiding, deal with the truth, and then really our left and right, like where to go, it's going to be more prominent once we heal. We face our emotions and feel them. So we have to validate our reality, first of all, which we don't want to do. I feel a high resistance there. But once we do that and we feel the emotions and the sadness, because we are dipping into the emotions anyway, so why not dip all the way in and really absorb what's going on here to the highest degree? Then we can make better decisions in the future. It's like we're caught up in between sadness and resentment and bitterness, and someone in our field here that is just kind of playing off of that as well. So anyway, Raphael and healing. So that is that. Okay, and the fortune card I get for the Gemini is the key. What do you know? New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those that are ready to let go of the past. And that may be the key in itself, is just to let go of the past, wherever that may be. Instead of running away from it, is to let it go. Face it head on and let it go. That's the key to you moving forward. It may take some time to heal, but there's something here we need to let go of. And the universe is supporting you. If you are dealing with the right energy here, that's the thing. We're not understanding this. Ground out. See your reality for what it is. It is what it is. Feel that. And focus more to heart-centered things, and you should gain momentum here. Okay? Oh, these are getting heavier by the minute. Okay, Gemini, that is your reading. So again, if you want a bonus reading for love, sex, and romance, hit up the views here. If the views get to 100, I will record a bonus reading for each sign that does this, or the Geminis. If you get your views up to 100. So share share the video with people, and also, you know, like not just Geminis, but any other signs that people that might benefit from this video. I'm trying to widen my viewing circle a little bit there, so I need some help doing that, but I'll give you a bonus reading if you help me out. So that's that. Okay, take care, guys. Have fun and be kind. It's all about the healing this month. I mean, it's going to be from here on in, because this is really the end of we're being funneled into emotional healing, and everybody's going there. And the ones that have left everything to the last minute are really going to feel it the hardest. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gemini is one of them. So I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. But once you heal from it, it's released. And you have good things waiting for you in the future. There's miracles that want to open up to you. You just have to tap into it and believe it. And again, the potential to take our power back in this situation is high if we just decide to do it. So take care, have fun, be kind, and we will talk to you next month.